Hi, it's John Nunberg with W5 Business Coaching, and today we're talking with Mark Bossert of Top Local Rankings. Hello to you, Mark.
Hi, John. How are you?
Doing well, thanks for asking. So today, Mark, we wanted to talk about how Twitter fits into your lead generation activity. So how can I get more leads by using Twitter?
Sure, that's a great question, and I have a bit of a presentation to take us through that builds on what we talked about a couple weeks ago. We missed a week because of some technical glitches on the Hangout scene, but let me just do a quick screen share here, please.
Okay.
Bear with me. And we're going to start off with a bit of a review. Just let me know when you can see that, John.
I'm loud. Perfect.
Okay, so last week or 2 weeks ago, we talked about identifying that target customer or target market, which is essentially narrowing it down to that specific person. Then what's going backwards from that, then a point of conversion. What are we looking for? Are we looking for an email address to sign up for our newsletter? Are they buying something, like coming to the store? What's our conversion point? Then what is the funnel that we create to take someone through to that conversion point? And that can be complicated or very simple. In this case, it's going to be pretty straightforward. And then how do we find and connect with that target customer? So that's our quick review from a couple weeks ago. Now,
Sure.
Why would we want to even consider something like Twitter? People will say, well, there's only 100 million users. They've actually signed up 1.3 billion people on Twitter. There's only 100 million or so per day only using it. But it actually proves out that Twitter is very effective. It's the #2 way for business-to-business lead generation. Only LinkedIn is better. And Twitter's quite a bit less expensive. LinkedIn is also effective, and we'll get into that later. So generally, you can target the right people that you want on Twitter, but also structurally, Twitter can show you what a market is interested in and what people are talking about right now. So that makes it a veritable superpowered kind of way of really targeting the right people with your message. So how does that actually work? You can search profiles to find what groups your target is interested in. So you can literally look at what are people, who do they like? What groups do they belong to? What's their general interest? And see if you developed out your customer avatar or target market really quite well, you'll know that somebody who's interested in X aligns with who your target market is. You can find that information on Twitter, and Twitter lets you see lists of people who follow your competitors, which is an even greater way. If we use like Business Coach as an example of, I'm a business coach, I'm trying to get more customers. Well, I can actually look at other business coaches and start to see who is it that's actually following them. And that's a shortcut way of starting to really find customers who might be interested in my offering. And then, of course, Twitter lets you interact with all these people, which basically adds up to, it's a gold mine. It can generate a tremendous amount of leads, or it can generate the right leads for you and power your whole marketing campaign. Many companies have done that. So let's dig a little bit further into that. So what are the steps? We search for posts that are relevant to our market. We follow people who tweet or retweet that relevant content. We would follow them. Then if it's appropriate, we've had some interaction, it seemed like they're simpatico, then we could actually connect with them, send them a direct message, and begin the process of taking that person down our funnel and turning them into a client. So it really is that simple. How does it work? Well, for products, so business to consumer, when it's done well, there's some real specific steps, and we're going to dig into these. But you know, you can get 50 signups a day and 150 new active followers who are interested in your product every single day. And this has been done multiple times. There's been much higher than that or less than that, depends on the demand, but that's an example. If it's done well when you're targeting specific people, so you have a very small niche, high profile perhaps, targeted market that you want to reach. This is an example from a friend of mine who decided to target a major bank in our country and basically found the name for the CEO of the company, saw that he was on Twitter, searched for him on Twitter, followed him, the CEO followed him back, a little bit of interaction back and forth. Next thing, that turned into a dinner in Toronto, and then an opportunity to pitch and actually contract for the entire country. Thank an immense amount of money just done with, you know, using the power of Twitter's search and research that are very, very powerful. You can find the people you want, and when they're active on there, it's incredibly powerful. So the manual hand bomb way is a bit tedious. It's important, I think, and we'll actually show you how to do that. You know, the sweat equity way of doing it is very effective, and it helps you understand what the process is. But then Twitter's superpower is semi-automation. You can use tools like Follow Liker, then that, like Audience, etc., to dig quite finely into the information that you want, so you know your triggers and what are the right people to target, and auto follow them, auto connect with them, and really drive a lot of interaction. And that's where it becomes, if you have a business that's driven by a lot of leads, that's how you do this, basically. That's how you get to that 50 leads a day kind of plateau. It's pretty difficult unless you're going 18 hours a day on Twitter to get there by yourself. But with automation, smart automation, with great power comes great responsibility, because you can torch your account pretty quick too if you go off the deep end. And we're going to get into that, how to where's the lines. But when you do it right, it's incredibly effective. One of the things that this becomes is that you want to make sure that you set up Twitter for business properly. So you're not doing this on your personal account. You have one that represents your business. And we're actually going to start this week a little quick video series where we're going to show you step by step what are the best practices to set up your Twitter account for business, so that you can then start going through the process as we work through the next few weeks and show you how to growth hack Twitter until it just, you say uncle. So that's my presentation on that. Let me get out of here. So there you go.
Awesome. So if you've been wondering how to use Twitter as a tool to get access to your prospects, then Mark has some ideas on how to make that happen. He's given us a bit of an outline, but how do you execute on that? Let me encourage you to connect with Mark at toplocalrankings.com, or send him an email, mark@toplocalrankings.com, and ask him that question: how can I use Twitter to get more leads for my business? Thanks very much, Mark.
Thanks, John.